All right, let's talk about the Oklahoma Sooners, obviously coming off their most impactful win in a very long time, dominating the Alabama Crimson Tide overall team victory. But it looks like the Sooners aren't just focused on this win. In fact, they've got a young and up and coming breakout star that looks to be the next leader of the Sooner squad heading into the future. Exciting news out of Norman. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, the Oklahoma Sooners got it done in a big way on national TV last weekend. It was kind of not the final game for linebacker and great Danny Stutzman. Of course, he's got some more time left, but it felt like just the final major impactful moment where everybody in the country gets to see him. But we're also starting to see another young player emerge, and the Sooners believe he is the next great star for this Oklahoma University team. Let's pull up this report courtesy of SI.com. Linebacker Danny Stutzman, like I mentioned, the heartbeat of OU's defense and locker room, has a maximum of 2 games left for the Crimson and Cream. And while he'll be greatly missed in 2025, Kip Lewis is primed to take over as the on-field leader of Venables' defense. The ceiling is limitless, Venables said of the redshirt sophomore linebacker. Lewis has tormented the state of Alabama, downing Auburn with a pick six at the end of September and burying the Crimson Tide for good with another pick six last Saturday for the first 2 touchdowns of his football career. And Venable believes there's still more to come from him. I feel like Kip has a chance to play the game a long time, Venable said. He's a 3-down linebacker. He's coming into his own, and if he really commits himself to the next level of detail and the next level of physical development, taking care of his diet in the out of season and building his body that aligns with the wear and tear that you got to have, the ability to endure the course of the season, man, there's no limits of what he can accomplish. Wow, that's a mouthful, and there's a lot of high praise for Kip Lewis. He looks like the next star for this Oklahoma defense, replacing the likes of legend Danny Stutzman. Hard to replace him, but maybe Kip Lewis is the guy to do it. Miles, I know you've got some thoughts on this, but first, Oklahoma fans, OU fans, in the comment section below, game against LSU this weekend. Very interesting matchup. LSU seems to be in a little bit of a tailspin. Maybe it's a chance for a back-to-back statement SEC victories. Give us your prediction, final score, Sooners, LSU, in the comment section below. But Miles, give me your thoughts on Kip Lewis being a breakout star for Oklahoma.
Yeah, Nick, if you're an Oklahoma fan, I think this end of the season is really starting to feel good for you. You're seeing a lot of great play out on the field, some big time wins. It's really starting to see that this team is coming together. But you look at the end of the season and you say, oh no, Danny Stutzman is going to be gone. What are we going to do? Because that's a big, big loss for any team. The heart and soul of your defense, one of the best playmakers in all of college football. He's up for every award possible. This guy is like Captain America when it comes onto the football field. He's absolutely fantastic. You feel bad about that. But then you start hearing the rumblings in the locker room, the rumblings from the coaching staff, that they're not worried. They have a guy in the ranks that's coming up. You'll love to hear that. And I think Kip Lewis, he is that guy. You know, Venables came out. He says all this high praise about him. He says a couple other things as well that I think are really interesting. He says he's a playmaking machine. You know, he's flashed the last couple of years, but he's really come into his own this season as far as the playmaking. We talk about the pick sixes versus both the Alabama-based teams, Auburn, Alabama. But he goes on to talk about Kip Lewis. He says he's also become a great leader. He was a captain this year, and when he had that opportunity, he did a really great job. He really stepped into that role. So I think that's the other part of Danny Stutzman's game that you'll be missing is the leadership on the field. Not just the player, but also the leadership and that voice in the locker room. It seems like Kip Lewis is stepping up in that form and fashion as well. So I think this is really good news for Oklahoma fans, just to know you're going to lose Stutzman, yes, but it seems like you have a very capable and very strong replacement for him in the wings. So as bad as it hurts to lose Stutzman, I would be excited that Kip Lewis gets to step out onto this field and show what he's made of, because we've already seen him so far. All 3 phases of the game this year, he's been really, really good. You look at him, he's got some really high coverage grades in there when he's got the opportunities. He's got some great run defense grades. He's also, gotten a couple of really good pass rushes in there as well. So I think this is going to be a great player. As more playing time comes in, going to get even better. So I'd be excited for the new rise of Kip Lewis.
Yeah, you brought up some of his grades, some of Lewis's grades and performances. And in fact, even at this point in his career, Lewis, compared to Stutzman, he's actually surpassed Stutzman. If you look at coverage grade, and pass rush grade, right? That's absolutely outstanding. In terms of overall defensive grade, Stutzman is ahead of Kip Lewis, again, according to Pro Football Focus, great analytics website. They break down all the film by only 7 points. That's not insignificant, of course, but that's not a massive gap either. In fact, the one delta, the big difference between Lewis and Stutzman right now is that Stutzman has a great run defense grade. He grades out 90.5 in run defense. Lewis is much lower. But here's the bright side for Kip Lewis. Danny Stutzman, you go back to 2022, 2021, he averaged out about 60 in the run defense grade, this year being 90. What does it mean? Run defense takes time, learning the gaps to fill, learning how to time it. It takes reps and experience. That's why Stutzman has been so incredibly good at it this year. Kip Lewis will get there. And that's why, among many other reasons, the Sooners coaching staff and players are so excited by this linebacker, because he's already an incredible playmaker. He's a great athlete. He can cover, he can rush the passer if necessary, can sideline to sideline, 3-down linebacker like Venables mentioned. Run defense is the one thing he potentially needs to improve on and clean up, but that's something that comes with time and reps and timing and understanding scheme and fit and all that, and just playing these matchups more and more and understanding, okay, how do I play the zone read against Alabama, how I play the zone read against Auburn, right? Different style schematics. Lewis will get there. Everyone is so blown away by his athletic ability. Everyone's blown away by his production, his leadership traits. The fact that everyone is singing the praises there potentially as well is a phenomenal sign. I think no matter how you look at it, the Oklahoma Sooners have the next great leader of their defense already, breakout star upcoming, not just this season, but in the future as well, in Kip Lewis.